Humans have always believed that space has a lot of terrifying features and structures, and as a matter of fact, years back, when humans would talk about space, it would be as something mystical, as it has often been attributed to the habitation of gods or some fearful things out there. But here's the deal. Although space is full of fearful things that would provoke some sense of awe, nevertheless, there are some terrifying structures even on this Earth, as scientists just made an interesting discovery that would wow you. Find out in this video what this discovery is and if it affects you. Stay tuned! Scientists recently made an interesting discovery in Yellowstone National Park, located in the United States of America, which would shock you, especially for the fact that this discovery is in the United States. The United States of America is a unique country. The country is currently regarded as the greatest country in the world in terms of military capabilities and economic power. The country has been so influential in shaping the world, located on a massive landmass covering 3.8 million square miles. It is one of the biggest countries in the world by landmass, but just like we said, the U.S. is a unique country as it is home to many national parks. Currently, the U.S. has over 60 national parks covering 50 million acres of land. Interestingly, the national parks in the U.S. are the size of Germany's landmass. Since the first national park was commissioned in 1872, many other national parks have been commissioned. The Yellowstone National Park is an American national park located in the western United States, largely in the northwest corner of Wyoming and extending into Montana and Idaho. It was established by the U.S. Congress and signed into law by President Ulysses S. Grant on March 1st, 1872. Yellowstone is regarded as the first ever national park in the U.S. and is also widely held to be the first national park in the world. The park is known for its wildlife and its many geothermal features, especially the Old Faithful Geyser, one of its most popular. While it represents many types of biomes, the subalpine forest is the most abundant. It is part of the South Central Rockies forest ecoregion. Yellowstone National Park spans an area of 3,468.4 square miles, and it comprises lakes, canyons, rivers, and mountain ranges. The Yellowstone Lake is one of the largest high-elevation lakes in North America and is centered over the Yellowstone Caldera, the largest supervolcano on the continent. The caldera is considered a dormant volcano. It has erupted with tremendous force several times in the last 2 million years. Well over half of the world's geysers and hydrothermal features are in Yellowstone, fueled by this ongoing volcano. Lava flows and rock from volcanic eruptions cover most of the land area of Yellowstone. The park is the centerpiece of the greater Yellowstone ecosystem, the largest remaining nearly intact ecosystem in the Earth's northern temperate zone. In 1978, Yellowstone was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Hundreds of species of mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, and amphibians have been documented, including several that are either endangered or threatened. The vast forests and grasslands also include unique species of plants. Yellowstone Park's the largest and most famous megafaunous location in the contiguous United States. Grizzly bears, wolves, and free-ranging herds of bison and elk live in this park. The Yellowstone Park bison herd is the oldest and largest public bison herd in the United States. Forest fires occur in the park each year. In the large forest fires of 1988, nearly one-third of the park was burnt. Yellowstone has numerous recreational opportunities, including hiking, camping, boating, fishing, and sightseeing. Paved roads provide close access to the major geothermal areas, as well as some of the lakes and waterfalls. During the winter, visitors often access the park by way of guided tours that use either snow coaches or snowmobiles. But here is the big discovery that would shock you. A massive, magma-filled secret was recently discovered under Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, a discovery that could mean larger eruptions for the park's supervolcano. Researchers from the University of Utah uncovered a gargantuan magma reservoir containing hot, sponge-like rock, as well as some molten rock that dwarfs a previously known magma chamber. The findings were recently published in the journal Science and revealed the chamber holds enough magma to fill the Grand Canyon over 11 times, the Tech Times said. If an eruption were to happen, the giant magma chamber could intensify the event, but study co-author Robert B. Smith said the chances of an incident occurring are 1 in 700,000. Smith also noted the Yellowstone supervolcano has the potential to create a cataclysmic situation, as seen during 3 eruptions in the structure's ancient history, which spread volcanic ash over much of North America. The volcano's last known eruption sent more than 8,000 times the debris of the 1980 Mount St. Helens eruption, careening in all directions, according to the Tech Times. In the end, these new details will allow for a better understanding of the volcano's inner workings and will provide for a better look at future hazards. But the question that should bother you now is, what would happen if the Yellowstone supervolcano erupted? If the supervolcano underneath Yellowstone National Park ever had massive eruption, it could spew ash for thousands of miles across the United States, damaging buildings, smothering crops, and shutting down power plants. It'd be a huge disaster. But that doesn't mean we should all start freaking out. The odds of that happening are thankfully pretty low. The Yellowstone supervolcano would be thousands of times more powerful than a regular volcano. Interestingly, it has only had 3 truly enormous eruptions in history. One occurred 2.1 million years ago, one 1.3 million years ago, and one 664,000 years ago. Alright, I know you have enjoyed this video till now. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notifications to get more updates from Glancy Tech. And despite what you sometimes hear in the press, there's no indication that we're due for another super eruption anytime soon. It's even possible that Yellowstone might never have an eruption that large again. Even so, the Yellowstone supervolcano remains an endless source of apocalyptic fascination, and it's not hard to see why. In September 2014, a team of scientists published a paper in Geochemistry, Geophysics, Geosystems, exploring what a Yellowstone supervolcano eruption might look like. Among other things, they found the volcano was capable of burying states like Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, and Colorado, and 3 feet of harmful volcanic ash, a mix of splintered rock and glass, and blanket the Midwest. That much ash could kill plants and animals, crushing roofs and short all sorts of electrical equipment. On rare occasions throughout history, that magma chamber has erupted. The vast majority of those eruptions in Yellowstone have been smaller lava flows, with the last occurring at Pitchstone Plateau some 70,000 years ago. But as we close, you should know that the reason why Yellowstone gets so much attention and why it affects you anywhere in the world, the remote possibility of catastrophic super eruptions, is a concern. A super eruption is anything that measures magnitude 8 or more in the Volcano Explosivity Index, in which at least 1,000 cubic kilometers or 240 cubic miles of material gets ejected. That's enough to bury Texas 5 feet deep. These super eruptions are thousands of times more powerful than even the biggest eruptions we're used to. Here's a chart from the USGS comparing the Yellowstone super eruptions with the Mount St. Helens eruption of 1980. The difference is staggering. Any of those scenarios would be terrible news. That much volcanic ash is capable of killing people, plants, and animals, and crushing buildings. Even a few inches of ash, which is what much of the country can get, can destroy farms, clog roadways, cause serious respiratory problems, block sewer lines, and even short out transformers. Air travel would have to shut down across much of North America. A volcanic eruption that big would also have major effects on the global climate. Volcanoes can emit sulfur aerosols that reflect sunlight into the atmosphere to cool the climate. These particles are short-lived in the atmosphere, so the effect is only temporary, but it can still be dramatic. When Pinatubo erupted in 1991, it cooled the planet by about 1 degree Celsius or 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit for a few years. The Tambora eruption in 1815 cooled the planet enough to damage crops around the world, possibly leading to famines in some areas. And those were relatively tiny eruptions compared to what a supervolcano is, in theory, capable of. But thank goodness, according to scientists, this would not likely be the case, as scientists have predicted that this eruption might be as predicted theoretically. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our next video.